between representatives of WIAA member schools. To honor America and those defending our freedom at home and abroad, we ask those able to please stand, remove your caps, and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Sung by Rachel Anderson, a junior from Loyal High School, accompanied by the Assumption Band.
Senior High School. It is an electric scene. Assumption Royal fans sitting to our left. All four sections just about filled capacity. The boisterous student body for the Greyhounds. Let's take a look at the starting lineups as they are doing the same. First of all, for Mike Reefs. Greyhounds with a record of 21-4 overall, 17-0 in the Clover Belt East Conference. Obviously good enough for first place. They will start at one guard, Devin Schoonover. She's a senior. The second senior, also a guard, Jaden Keeper. And the third guard tonight will be Morgan Reinwein. She's a junior. Forward, Riley Wilkie, the senior. And in the middle, junior. For Joe Burkhausers, Assumption Royals, who come in with a record of 21-4 overall, 10-2 in the Merriwood South. They will start at one guard. Macy Zerflew, a 5'6" senior. The other guard will be Mason Krings, 5'6" and a senior. They too run three guards. It'll be Macy Zerflew. Excuse me, it'll be Autumn Linsmeyer, a 5'6" senior. The forward, Gina Grundhofer, 6'1" and a senior. And in the middle, Olivia Skiba, 6'2". She too is a senior. Those are the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. The Royals, they got the white uniforms on. We're in the corner of the gymnasium seated down here. They will be going away from us towards AM 1320 on your radio dial, while the Laurel Greyhounds will be coming toward us in the dark uniforms towards 92.3 WOSQ. The tip is controlled by the Royals as Grunhofer got it to Zerflew, and we are underway here in this sectional semifinal. Loyal Greyhounds come out with a man-to-man defense. Skip pass over to Krings on the right wing. She bounces it inside, tries to hook it up with Skiba. Unable to do so. And the takeaway and turnover goes towards the Royals. Into the corner, ball into the hands of Wilkie. On top, that's the fellow team. Gets hit on the arm, they say. And that's going to be the first personal that goes against Macy Zerflew. As she brought the ball around, Macy took a swat at it, and the official said that she got her on the arm. So the inbound will come from the near sideline. Spoon over to do so to Reef, and hand it right back over to Devin. Goes on the right-hand side to Pieper. Bounce it a couple of times. Reef on top of the wheel now. And the ball goes right through the hands of Riley Wilkie out of bounds. Over by John here, sitting up to our right-hand side. And we have a turnover apiece and some pregame jitters for both squads as we are scoreless here. And we have played just about a minute here in half number 1. Ball on top of the wheel. Autumn Linsmeyer with it. They go right-hand side, 3-bomb on the way. Good for Mason Tring! Was watching her in warm-ups and she was lighting it up from downtown. Royals now come with some full court pressure. Reith skips it over to Wilkie and backed out of bounds by Zerflu. Will keep it on this end of the court. Ball will be inbounded right in front of Coach Burkhauser. 3-0 Royals. Schoonover to inbound it. Goes in the corner to Reinwan. Get it down low to Reith. Kick it back out. Wilkie, 3-bomb. That was halfway down. It came out. Reinwan with the rebound, however. Put it up the left hand off the glass, and she finishes it. 3-2 Assumption. 16 and a half minutes. Still on the clock in this first half of play. The winner to go to Oconto Falls on Saturday. Look underneath. Linsmeyer off the glass. Good on the feed from Skiba. Royals come with full court pressure. They try to trap Schoonover. She dribbles away from that double team. Reaching in. Almost got a jump ball, but the ball comes free, and it's picked up eventually by Reinwald. 5-2 Assumption. 16 minutes to go into the first half of play. Pieper on the baseline going against Linsmeyer. She can't get past her, so she'll leave it for Schoonover. These two teams very familiar with one another. Almost a walk, now a steal. Up ahead, Grundhofer gets the pass. She's going to take it to the rack, lay it up with the right hand, and throw it into the bottom of the rim. It doesn't go. And we come the other way on the rebound by Loyal. Had a good opportunity that time, just didn't work out for Assumption. They tried the lob inside. The ball's tipped away and picked up by Grundhofer, and the Royals going to slow things down. 5-2 Assumption, 15 and a half remaining here from Marshfield. Skiba, lob inside. Tough catch by Linsmeyer. She got knocked to the floor. She's still down there and getting up very slowly. Foul is going to go against Morgan Reinwan, the first on the junior. And Autumn's going to... She must have hit her head because she is wobbly right now, and that is not a good sign for the Royals. She is holding her head, and she is hanging on to the trainer and walking very gingerly towards the sideline. And of course, with all the concern over concussions nowadays, they are going to be very careful with Autumn Linsmeyer, and that is going to be a key loss for the Royals if she is not able to continue. So they're going to have to attend to, I think there might be a little blood on the floor where Autumn hit the floor, and maybe she popped open a cut or hit her nose or something. So why don't we take a 30-second timeout, gang, and we'll be back with more from Marshfield right after this. Well, we're very happy to be bringing you this contest on both AM 1320, WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, as well as in WOSQ here in Marshfield, 92.7 FM. And they are attending to Autumn Linsmeyer as she is past the end of the bench. They got some chairs set up over there, and they are looking at an area above her right eye, the way it appears from here. Meanwhile, out on the court, they are wiping up some blood that no doubt has also come from that cut over the right eye of Linsmeyer. So hopefully they can patch that up and she'll be able to continue on. We'll keep an eye on that for you. In the meantime, we'll finish cleaning up the blood spill on the far end of the court. Royals on top. Assumption 5-2. It's going to have to be careful to say that tonight, John, because it's Royals and Loyal, so that can be very easily misunderstood. But Assumption on top, 5-2. It says 15:24 on the clock. The Royals have forced a couple of turnovers on the Greyhounds thus far, and have only been able to take a little bit of an advantage thus far. So they get the cleanup taken care of, and it'll be Assumption basketball as Gracie Wendels came in for Autumn Linsmeyer. Gracie Wendels, a 5'5" junior. Inbounds, goes underneath the Zerflu. Layup? No, she missed it. Royals have missed 2 layups thus far, and you just hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the end. Rebound for the Greyhounds. Into the forecourt comes Schoonover with it to Pieper on the left wing. Rotate the arc, right side. Schoonover has it there. Zerflu on her. Top of the wheel, 3-bomb on the way, off the back of the bracket, no. Grundhofer with the rebound for Assumption. She'll leave it for Zerflu, who will go ahead on the right side, Krings. Bounce it one with the right hand on the pavement. Now rotate the arc. Left-hand side, Wendels has it. Little jab step. Fakes the pass to the right, takes it around the right side into the hands of Skiba. Olivia way beyond the arc. Tough pass left side, caught by Wendels underneath. Turn around, little shot off the rim. No, Skiba backside has a block from behind by Reef. But they're going to say she got her on the arm, and Carson can't believe it, and I don't think Coach can either. So for Carson, it'll be her first personal, second team, and for Olivia Skiba, it'll be her first opportunity to get some points on the board as she will shoot 2 free throws. 14-38, 5-2 Assumption. Give it about 3, 4, 5 bounces. Knee bend, shot, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Olivia Skiba. And the Royals now on top by 4, 6-2. Still attending to Autumn Linsmeyer. Across the way. Skiba's next free throw in the air. This one is good as well. Caught a little bit of the rim, but not enough to deter anything. And the Royals up by 5, 7-2. Long pass down ahead to Reith. She'll put it up past Grunhofer and finish it. She got behind the defense that time, caught it, and finished it. And I think they just gave the points to Assumption. So they'll have to switch that on the board, and they do. 7-4 now. Royals lead is down to 3. Left wing, Zerflu. Take it on the baseline. Double team down there. Kick it back out on top. Skiba with it. Ball above her head. Right side, Grundhofer on the baseline. Tries to work her way in. Cannot do so. Over to Zerflu. Left side. 3-ball! You can count it! Macy Zerflu from the left baseline buries the 3. And the Royals lead is now 6. Reinwan in front of Coach Burkhauser on the right wing. Goes on top to Schoonover. She's picked up there by Wendels. Leave it for Pieper. Around to Wilkie. Schoonover. Little give and go underneath the Reinwan. Falls to the floor but saves it before she hits the deck. And now the ball goes through the hands of Schoonover. She's able to run it down before it goes into the Royal bench. And they reload the offense on the top of the wheel. Pieper almost stolen by Wenzel. On the right-hand side now, trying to come baseline. Reinwan knocked out of bounds. Gets the ball over to Reith. 3-ball. It goes halfway down, comes back out. And the board into the hands of Krings. She is pressured in the backcourt by Reinwan. Leaves it for Zerflu, right-hand side. There's Grundhofer, dump it inside. And we're going to have a foul on the reach-in as the pass was going for Skiba. The official's a long way away from us. I think they said it was on Morgan Reinwand. If it is, it'll be number 2 on her. And it is. So she's going to have come out of the ball game. Bailey Parker will replace her. Bailey, a senior. 13-10 to go, half number 1. Assumption on top, 10-4. Little curl around on the inside, get it into the hands of Zerflu. She can't finish it. Picking up the rebound is Grundhofer. Point blank, it won't go again. And Coach Burkhauser not a happy camper as they've just missed 4 layups now. This score could be 18-4 had they hit those layups. Instead, here come the Greyhounds trailing it by 6. Ball on top of the wheel. That's Parker with it out there. Goes to Schoonover. She'll spin her way down the lane, put up the shot with the left hand, partially blocked by Grundhofer, and gets the rebound. Quickly up ahead, they've got Wendels on the right wing. She'll back it off, go to Zerflu, left-hand side, Grundhofer, 3-bomb straight away. Yes! She hits the 3-ball. They're missing them from 2-point land, but they've got 3 threes behind their name, and Coach Reith wants a 30-second timeout. So do I. Back with more from Marshfield after this. Royals as we come out of the 30-second timeout. Pressured by the Royals in the backcourt, and the Greyhounds able to break it. Carson Reith has it just to the right of the top of the wheel. Schoonover, nice fake, goes down the lane, put it up and kissed off the glass for 2. 15-4, Assumption on top. Now they switch the score again on us. 13-6. Scoreboard keeps confusing who's the home and who's away, so I'm following the scoreboard. Left side, Zerflu, another 3-bomb on the way. This one's just a skosh too long. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Bailey Parker. They trail it by 7, but they can cut into this lead on the drive. Blocked away by the Royals, they're going to either get Grundhofer or Skiba. Looked like Skiba had all ball. Let's see if they call Grundhofer with the block. Nope, they'll say Skiba got her on the arm, and I didn't see it. And I'm not too far away this time, folks. Olivia's kind of shaking her head, too. So Riley Wilkie, nonetheless, shoots 2 free throws and crawls the first one over the rim, but it falls off to the right. In the first meeting between these two squads, the Loyal Greyhounds were 12 for 14 from the free throw line. That was their first free throw. Here's their second. This one's good. 1 for 2, and it's 13-7 now. Assumption by 6. So it looks like they're kind of done working on Linsmeyer over there, but they're talking to her, make sure that there's no kind of concussion taking place. And make sure she's fine before they send her back to the bench. Right elbow now, Wendels has it. She'll leave it for Zerflu, goes behind the back with the dribble, now between the rings. Left side, Grundhofer is thinking about a step back 3. Instead, she puts it on the floor. Reith picks her up. Right side, Zerflu, little jab step, left side. Get it out into the hands of Jolynn Frisch, who snuck into the ball game on me. Jolynn, a 5'10 senior. Mason Krings, right side, 11 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in half number 1. Assumption leading Loyal, 13-7. Frisch will go to Grundhofer, left side. They post it up, Zerflu underneath, put it up with the left hand, has it partially blocked, gets her own rebound, put it up again, still no foul. 3 shots, maybe a couple of fouls, and they finally blow the whistle, and Jolynn Frisch will step up to the charity stripe. And the whistle will go against Bailey Parker, the senior. They're letting them play underneath the basket, and they're banging down there. And now finally 2 free throws for Frisch. Jolynn's first free throw is in the air and off the back of the bracket, no good. Haley Reith, a freshman, will come into the contest replacing Carson at the 10:56 mark of half number 1. Frisch's next free throw, that one's good. Jolynn 1 for 2, and Assumption up by a touchdown, 14-7. Across the 10-second line come the Greyhounds. Far side of the court, right past the scorer's table. Leave it on the left-hand side now, Wilkie. She looks to drive baseline. Runs into Wendels, puts it off the side of the backboard, no good. Ball comes popping free, run down by Reith. And Wilkie will rotate the arc to the right-hand side. Schoonover has it there. Looking for a screen, looking for some help, and she got the slide on the baseline, but the help came from the Royals, Grundhofer, and she had to back it off. Now goes on the left side, Pieper for 3. That's a high arcer, that's too hard. And the rebound battle for, and they're going to say last touch by Assumption. And it'll be Reith back into the ball game as Carson replaces Riley Wilkie. Schoonover to inbound it to the left of the basket as she sees it. And here's the pass inside to Carson Reith. Boy, she would have had a good look, and she just slid out of bounds. Her toe just touched the line. And that'll be turnover number 4 on the Greyhounds. 10:15 remaining in this first half of play. Assumption by a touchdown, 14-7. Be interesting to see if Loyal on their next score, if they go for 2. Fun game here tonight from Marshfield Senior High School. The winner to go to Oconto Falls on Saturday. Assumption in the forecourt. They get it down to Grundhofer baseline. She gets double teamed, so she goes back out on top to Zerflu. She tries to dribble penetrate, turns the edge, puts up the shot, comes up short. Rebound battle forward, won by Carson Reith. Royals just not able to convert when they're getting close to the basket, and Carson Reith has a lot to do with that. Schoonover takes the drive inside. A reach-in foul going to be called on Gracie Wendels. Now the officials are going to discuss whether it was on the drive or on the shot. I thought it was on the drive. Let's see what they decide. Yep, they agree. They call that on Macy Zerflu. Nope, they changed it. They changed that to Gina Grundhofer. First on Gina. And right now, Coach Burkholder says that was on Gina. I didn't think she was even near the play, and I agree. That was way out on the free throw line where they blew the whistle. Nonetheless, it's going to be basketball Greyhounds. Reith catches the inbounds, has Grundhofer on her. They go right side, Pieper. Wilkie now with the dribble. Cross that dribble back across the rings. Reith on the left side. Schoonover on top of the wheel. She's going to dribble penetrate again. Came to a jump stop, put up the shot, maybe got a little extra step, put it up with the left hand and scored it. And it's 14-9 now. Royals lead is down to 5. Three ball straight away off the bracket, no. And the rebound comes down to Rose Crowns, who just checked in. And they say that there's a 3-second violation and she had no place to go with the basketball. Rose Crowns, a 5'8" senior for the Royals. And unofficially turnover number 2. 9:10 remaining in this first half of play, 14-9. The Royals on top. Schoonover dribbles it into the front court against Gracie Wendell. Slams on the brakes, goes on the left-hand side. Wilkie has it there. Brings on her. Rotate the arc. Schoonover, right wing, front of the Royal bench. Left side now, Carson Reith has it. Parker, ball above her head. Away on the right-hand side, they get it underneath. That's in the hands of Haley Reith. She goes back out to Wilkie. Tries to dribble, penetrate, unable to do so. Left side Schoonover. She'll take it to the basket. Little teardrop jumper and hit it. Schoonover is quite a ball player, and Coach Burkhauser says he wants a full timeout. As the Greyhounds have cut the 14-7 lead down to 14-11. We'll step out for a minute as well. We're back with more right after this. Back here at Marshfield Senior High School, the sectional semifinal. As the Assumption Royals lead has been chopped down to 14-11 with 8.5 minutes remaining in this first half of play. A lot of bench players out on the court for the Royals right now. They have been playing very well as of late, and they'll try to continue that streak tonight. Krings will bounce it on the right-hand side. Grundhofer, she gets double-teamed. She goes out to Wendels. Wendels dribbles it towards the top of the wheel, then picks up that dribble. Back over to Grundhofer. Thought about the 3 for the second, but thought better of it. Comes to a jump stop, puts up the shot, no. Battles for the rebound, and they say no shot. And we're going to have a foul on the floor, and I think it's going to be against the Greyhounds. It'll go against Haley Reith, the freshman, her first personal, and the team's 5th foul. The Royals have 3 team fouls thus far. Mason Krings looking to inbound it, does so to Grundhofer, spots up a 6-footer, it will not go. And the rebound comes down to the Greyhounds. Out on the fly, here comes the Greyhounds. Ball onto the right-hand wing underneath the Reith. Turns into a double team, and they're going to get Skiba on the foul. Or Grundhofer. They're looking at Gina as well. They're going to call it on Gina, I believe. And 2 shots coming up for Carson Reith. Well, they must have changed that other one, because now they say first on Gina. So we'll have to keep track of that. 4th team foul. Reith's free throw on the way. Splash it home, Carson Reith. She has 3 points. Free throw to go with the bucket. They can cut the lead down to 1. This will be 6 unanswered right now for the Greyhounds, and it is. So the Royals lead, which was 7, now down to 14-13. And I just don't wonder if Macy Zerflu didn't get that other foul, and maybe she has 2, and that's why she's on the bench. Skiba, top of the wheel, right-hand side, Rose Crowns. And the ball fake right back to Skiba. Put up the runner, lay it off the backboard and in. Olivia now with 4 points and the lead back up to 3. Schoonover races it into the forecourt, slams on the brakes as she crosses the timeline and leaves it on the right side for Wilkie. Rotate the arc, left side Schoonover. She's going to go baseline again, and no shot. This is going to be a foul on Gracie Wendels. Boy, Schoonover gets it on the baseline. Unless they get some help down there, it's going to be tough to stop. So for Gracie, it's her first personal. Team's 5th, and Schoonover now on the right side of the basket as she sees it, inbounds it on top to Pieper. She'll go right back over to Schoonover. 3-bomb on the way, left-hand side, off the bracket, no. Long rebound, grabbed by Wilkie. So the Greyhounds will keep the offense alive. Wilkie now, right side by Coach Burkhauser. Tries to lob it underneath to Reith, and it's tipped up in the air by Krings. Grabbed out of the sky by Grundhofer. Royals by 3. We're down to 7 minutes remaining. Rose Crown's going to let a 3-ball fly. Halfway down, it comes out. And here comes Schoonover with the rebound into the forecourt towards John and I. Wilkie puts a little move on Crowns. Now dribbles it towards the top of the wheel and gets it in the hands of Schoonover on the baseline. Rotate the arc to the left side. Pieper dribble drive penetration, and they're going to say no shot. They're going to have a little hand check going to be called on the Royals. Letting them bang underneath and calling the hand checks out top. So the inbound again from Schoonover, same place she was just moments ago. Devin will inbound it. Wilkie will spot up a 3-ball and hit it. Riley Wilkie now has 4 points. As Mason Krings was whistled for that last foul, it was her first. Royals now with 16 fouls and the score tied at 16s. Left side, 3-ball on the way. Wendels will splash it down for Assumption. Royals back on top, 19-16. Schoonover into the front court. She'll leave it on the left side for Carson Reef. Wilkie back to Reef, left side Schoonover. See if she tries to go baseline again. Nope, she'll take it up towards the top with the dribble. Cross it over to Wilkie. And now Pieper on the baseline. Comes baseline, little left hand, underhand dish from behind the backboard. Are you kidding me? Jaden Pieper, her first 2. Assumption 19-18. 5:42 remaining here in this first half of play. Grundhofer, take it down the lane. Stop, pop, 6-footer off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound, Loyal. Into the forecourt they come. On the right-hand side, the far side from John and I. 3-bomb, Reith, long with the rebound. The rebound is put up and in by Schoonover, and the foul is going to go against Olivia Skibba. And if my book is right, that'll be number 2 on Olivia. Jolyn Frisch is going to come into the ballgame replacing Olivia Skibba with those 2 fouls. And Devin Schoonover with 8 points, looking for number 9. Greyhounds have their first lead of the ballgame at 20-19. They trailed it by 7. The rebound no good. And it's tipped out to Mason Krings, who will control it for Assumption. Krings and Grundhofer, the only starters on the court for the Royals right now. Along with Jolyn Frisch, Rose Crowns, and Gracie Wendels. Step under, duck under, off the glass, good! Gina Grundhofer has 5. Royals back on top, 21-20. Exactly 5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. A trip to the sectional finals on the line. Schoonover, picked up by Wendell. She'll bounce it over to Parker, rotate it around, try to lob it underneath to Reith, and she can't save it. Goes off of the official, and it'll be Assumption basketball. And officially, that's turnover number 6 now on the Greyhounds. 4:45 on the clock in half number 1. Assumption leading it by 1, 21-20. First meeting between these two squads at the Cranberry Classic. Loyal led it at the break by 4. Grundhofer on the right baseline. Double team. She goes out to Crowns. Back over to Grundhofer. She stepped away from the baseline. Now dribbles away from it. Top of the wheel, Wendels. Left side, Frisch. Little triple threat position. Grundhofer straight away. 3-bomb! Gina Grundhofer splashes down her second tray of the ball game. She has 8, and the Royals lead is back up to 4. Pieper on the right-hand side, looking underneath for Reith. Didn't get it to her, so they go to Wilkie and then rotate it to the left baseline to Schoonover. She tries to lob it underneath to Reith, and she kind of lost the handle as she was passing it. Got away from her, and it went out of bounds, and Coach Reith not pleased, and he's going to take a timeout. He wants a 60-second timeout. So do I, guys. Back with more right after this. Four minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Just want to remind everybody that the winner of this contest will take on either number 1 Niagara or number 2 Suring. Both are in the M&O conference. That's Marinette and Oconto. Peshtigo finished in first place. Assumption beat them by 13 points. And let me tell you, Peshtigo crushed both of those teams. Niagara 68-44 and Suring's 57-15. So there's a very good possibility that whoever wins this contest could move on to the state tournament next weekend and the rush to the rush. So we come out of the TO, and the Royals with possession and a 4-point lead with exactly 4 minutes now on the clock. Top of the wheel, Jolyn Frisch has it for Assumption. Gracie Wendels, right wing, back over to Grundhofer. 3-bomb on the way, short off the rim. The rebound is controlled by Schoonover for Loyal. Takes it past the scorer's table, and now reverses it to the left side. Pieper, Reith, Wilkie, and Schoonover with control of it. Coach Burkhauser right behind her. Pieper lobs it underneath to Reith. Back out on top, Schoonover. Krings on her. Left side, Wilkie. 3.5 minutes now left here in half number 1. Schoonover travel. And she turned to go to the basket. She got that pivot foot moving a little bit too quick, and Coach Reith doesn't like that call at all. I'm not real fond of those calls ever, myself either. And it'll be unofficially turnover number 8 now on the Greyhounds. Assumption by 4 with the basketball, and 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Autumn Linsmeyer has been on the bench since she got knocked to the ground earlier in the half, and now a pass inside gets taken away, and that's turnover number 3 on the Royals. Also, Zerflew on the bench with a couple of fouls, as is Olivia Skiba. Here's a lob underneath the Reith. She'll spot up 6-footer, left side baseline, doesn't go. Jolynn Frisch with the rebound for Assumption. Grundhofer, front court, slam on the brakes, and look for a pass to Rose Crowns on the left wing. Bounce it a couple times with the right hand over to Gracie Wendos. Trying to post up Grundhofer on the baseline. Crowns can't get it to her, so they go to Frisch instead. Jolynn will go right-hand side, Wendos. Top of the wheel, Grundhofer right back to Wendos. Krings now pops out with the help on the top of the wheel. 2.5 minutes remaining, 24-20 Assumption. Frisch, 3-ball, banks it, it went in, hit the backboard, hit the rim, and fell off. That close to climbing through and giving the Royals their 7-point lead back. Instead, the Greyhounds with the basketball, trailing by 4. Left-hand side, Pieper with the right-hand dribble. She'll come to Schoonover. Gracie Wendos will pick her up as she dribbles it towards the top of the wheel, wants to reload the offense. Tries to get it into Reith, almost poked away by Wendos, but Schoonover regathers. Under 2 minutes now to go in this first half of play. 24-20 Assumption. Schoonover, right wing. Carson Reith, right elbow. Wilkie. She'll dribble it to the left-hand side, rotate it around. Schoonover's going to spot up a 3-bomb, left side, off the front of the rim, no. Rebound, Jolynn Frisch. Up ahead to Krings, and let's see how the Royals decide to play this next buck 40. They have the ability to just work the perimeter for about a minute and a half. It's a long time, though, to be patient. Let's see what the Royals can do. Frisch will go to Wendos. Crowns, back to Wendos. Lob it inside. Triple team on Grundhofer. Will they call a foul on the floor? They do. I was thinking they might call a walk, but the reason she walked is she got pushed. They're going to bring Autumn Linsmeyer back into the ballgame. That is great news for the Assumption Royals. And the crowd goes wild as she replaces Jolynn Frisch. Bailey Parker is who they whistled that foul on. It'll be her second, team's 6th. So Grundhofer will inbound it, does so to Wendos, out on top Krings. She dribble drives with the penetration, left side, Rose Crowns, 3-bomb on the way. Bank it home! Rose Crowns with a banker! 6 3-balls for the Royals here in half number 1. They've got their 7-point lead back at 27-20. 1 minute to go in half number 1. Schoonover, right side, right by Coach Burkhauser. She dribble penetrates, run into Grundhofer, so she goes to Reith back on top of the wheel. Ball goes off the hands of the Loyal Greyhounds. I think that was last touched by Schoonover, and it'll be turnover number 9. See if the Royals want to milk 50 seconds now. Boy, wouldn't that be sweet if you're an Assumption fan. You're up by 7, and if you can milk 50 seconds, maybe get a 3-bomb at the buzzer, it'd be 10. A 2-bomb would be 9, and even if you don't score, you're still up by 7. See what can happen here, though. There's still 37 seconds to go. Crowns on the baseline to Krings, right wing, dribble penetration, back out to Wendos. Krings, now we're down to 30 seconds. She has it poke checked away by Reith, picked up by Crowns. Linsmeyer inside Grundhofer, she can't hang on to it. Pass was just a little bit out of her reach, and Gina says it was my fault, I should have caught that. Well, so now you turn it around the other way. If you're a Loyal fan, you say, you know what, we hit a 3, we cut this thing down to 4. So instead of being down by 10, it's only 4. Even a 2-pointer will get it down to 5. 18 seconds to go. Schoonover into the front court. Wendell's on her with 13 seconds. She crosses it over with 10. She's back by the jump circle. She's looking to go right side and get a screen. Reith is going to pop a 3-bomb left side. Off the rim, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Greyhounds with 2 seconds to go. Coach is yelling out a play for Assumption with 2 seconds to go, and the Royals up by 7. Looking downfield, he's going to bomb it downfield. Caught by Schoonover, throws up a 3-bomb at the buzzer. Doesn't go, and we have come to the end of the first half of play, and what an exciting half of play it was. As the Assumption Royals built a lead up to 14-7. But then the Greyhounds bounced back and regathered, got their first lead, their only lead of the ball game at 20-19 before the Assumption Royals then went on a tear, outscoring the Greyhounds 8-0, and now lead it at the break by the score of 27-20. It'll be Loyal basketball as they go away from John and I here in the corner of the Marshfield Fieldhouse. They trail it by 7. And the Royals have their starting 5 back out on the court. Schoonover just simply drives the lane, stops, little teardrop off of the glass, and immediately she's in double digits. She now has 10 points. Zerflew into the forecourt. They've got tape over the right eye of Autumn Linsmeyer, who took a hard fall in that first half. She goes to Skiba on the baseline. Grundhofer circles behind her, and then when they try to give it to her, it's poked away by Schoonover. And it's turnover on the Royals. Quickly up ahead, we got a pass, no shot. Bump on the floor is going to go against Linsmeyer as Reinwand ran into her. And for Autumn, it's going to be personal foul number 1. So Zerflew, Linsmeyer, Krings, Skiba, and Grundhofer on the court for the Royals. Schoonover, Pieper, a 3-bomb on the way, splash it down. Nathan Pieper, and a quick 5-point start to half number 2. And just like that, it's 27-25, just a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Burkhauser. We're back in 30 right after this. Tell you what, Loyal scoring so quickly we can't even get their starting lineup in here for you. Schoonover, Pieper, Reinwand, Wilkie, and Reith. The 5 on the court to start this second half, and they've scored 5 unanswered, cut the lead to 27-25. And now Linsmeyer is going to have a blocking foul called on Schoonover as she tried to go the baseline, and just what they called on Assumption on one end on Linsmeyer, they now call on Schoonover on the other end. That's the first for Devon, first team foul, and Autumn will trigger the inbound for Assumption. Gets it inside to Zerflew, put it up underneath the basket, can't get it to go, and then it went off of her knee, out of bounds, and it'll be Greyhound basketball. They only trail it by 2. The Royals would have been able to knock down a 3-bomb at the end of the first half. They'd have led it by 10, but instead they got a turnover and only led it by 5. Now Schoonover, double teamed in the backcourt, dribbles through that double team pressure, takes it on the left-hand side to Reith, dump it underneath, blocked from behind by Grundhofer. And Reinwand put up the shot. Now here comes Linsmeyer, left hand, coast to coast for Autumn Linsmeyer. She now has 4 points. And the Royals lead is back up to 4 at 29-25. Schoonover with the pass on the left hand, almost gets by Reith out of bounds, but she's able to save it. Back on top to Schoonover. Wilkie right in front of Coach Reith. Rotates the arc right side. Pieper with it there. Picked up by Linsmeyer. Bounce it with the left hand one time. And go on the right hand side into the hands of Reinwand. Tries to spin against Grundhofer. Picks up her dribble. Now dumps it underneath to Schoonover. Blocked by Skiba. And they're going to say last touched by Schoonover as she tried to save it after the block. So the Royals with the 4-point lead and possession. And we have played 1:45 here in half number 2. With a trip to the sectional finals in Oconto Falls on Saturday on the line. Inside, pass goes to Grundhofer from Skiba. Gina could not convert, and then on the rebound, she was unable to get the rebound, but instead they call her for her second personal foul. How often doesn't that happen when you don't get the layup to go, that on the rebound you get called for the foul, and it happened right there. Reith, long court, cross court pass. Back out to Reith. She'll put up the jumper from the left elbow, doesn't go. The rebound comes down to Linsmeyer. Out on the fly, Zerflew. She'll take it in hard. Ball blocked by Reith, and it'll be Assumption basketball. Linsmeyer will trigger the inbound. A little bit further than to the right side of the basket as the players see it. Just down from John and I a ways. Here's the inbounds to Skiba. She'll take it inside with the left hand off the glass. Olivia working hard in the paint. She's got 6. That's the lead for Assumption. Reith in the backcourt, hounded by Linsmeyer. Goes over to Schoonover. She goes into Skiba, put it up with the left hand. Got the friendly bounce. Devon Schoonover off the rim, off the rack, and through it goes. 31-27, 15 and a half minutes to go. Would we be shocked if this didn't go down to the wire? I think we would be. Royals into Grundhofer, double teamed out to Skiba, rotate right side, Zerflu, 3-bomb on the way, off the rim, no. Rebound, Krings. Left side, Grundhofer, she'll put it up too hard off the rack, and the long rebound run down by Wilkie. Pieper, cross court, catches the pass. They'll leave it for Schoonover, and she'll load the offense and at the top of the wheel. Reith now has it against Grundhofer, rotate it right-hand side, Schoonover with a tough catch, bounces it with the left hand a couple of times, and then leaves it for Wilkie. Rotate the arc, dump it underneath Schoonover, left hand, too hard off the glass. Rebound, volleyballed around and cannot save it for the Royals, Linsmeyer. 14:46 to go here in this second half of play. And the Royals of Assumption on top 31-27. Carson Reith with the catch, and we got a walk. She caught it, turned to throw it underneath the Schoonover, and they said she dragged the pivot foot. So Macy Zerflu will take a seat and be replaced by Gracie Wendell. So Autumn Linsmeyer will run the point for a bit. 14:44 on the clock. And Assumption leading it by 4. Autumn will bring it straight up the court. Gracie Wendell's right side back to Autumn. Left baseline, Skiba. Looking to get inside of Grundhofer. Tough pass, Linsmeyer. Baseline has it knocked out of bounds by Wilkie. Boy, I'll tell you what, Autumn was within inches of the out-of-bounds stripe, and she was able somehow to keep that dribble inside, and Royals fortunate not to get a turnover there. Here's the inbounds that goes to Grundhofer, a little 5-footer, it won't go. The Royals have really struggled from close in tonight, and the rebound into the hands of the Greyhounds. They still trail it by 4 with 14:15 to go. Left side, dribble penetration, try to bounce it underneath the Reith, and then they're going to say a reach-in foul is going to be called on Linsmeyer as she was trying to get that basketball on the baseline. And for Autumn, it'll be number 2, team foul number 3. Mason Krings will be replaced by Macy Zerflu. Supposed to say a big shout out to Jared Straub, who's listening to our ball game on the World Wide Web out in Arizona. So, hey Jared, how you been? Glad you're listening. I hope many other people are listening on the web as well. Glad you're along here for this great sectional semifinal in Division 5. Almost a foot drag that time by Pieper, but she keeps it on the floor. Schoonover backs up into Linsmeyer, left-hand side, 3-bomb on the way, rattle it down for Pieper. Jaden Pieper, her second tray of the half. She now has 8 points, and Assumption's lead is whittled to 1. 31-30, here come the Royals into the forecourt. Skiba, cross-court into the hands of Zerflu. Puts up the shot, no. Gets her own rebound, yes! Finally, one stuck. And for Macy, that's her first 2-point basket to go along with the 3-bomb. She now has 5. Up ahead the other way. Ball poked away, and we're going to have a whistle. And we're going to have a foul called, and I think it's going to be called on the Royals. Might be on Olivia Skiba. It is. And for Olivia, that's number 3, team foul number 4. So Schoonover will inbound it with Loyal trailing it by 3, 13.5 minutes on the clock. High pass out on top to Pieper, who's buried a couple 3-bombs here in half number 2. Right back over to Devin Schoonover. Dribble it with the left hand, pick up the dribble, go to Reinwand. Morgan will dribble it twice, go to the left elbow to Reith. Now back out on top, Schoonover. Tries to get past Linsmeyer, almost was able to get the pick, unable to do so. Right side, Riley. And now we're going to have a reach-in call. And I think that's going to be on Linsmeyer again. For Autumn, it's personal foul number 3. All 3 of them coming here in half number 2, and Rose Crowns is going to give Autumn a little bit of a break because I think Coach would like to have Autumn with a couple of fouls down the stretch. 13:06 in half number 2, 33-30 Assumption. Wilkie thought about the 3-ball, dribbles it to the right elbow instead, puts up the shot, no, but she was fouled and she'll shoot 2. And it's going to go against second on Gracie Wendell's. 16 fouls on the Royal, 1 on the Greyhounds. And the first free throw for Riley Wilkie splashes home. She is now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. And the lead is down to 2, and it is down to 1. She knocks the second one home as well. She's got a 3 and 3 free throws, and now some pressure going to come for the first time tonight from the Greyhounds. Zerflu, pass it up ahead to Krings, bottles it momentarily. Over to Crowns, back out to Mason. Mason, little floater from 7 feet, gone. Nice pass from Rose Crowns that time. Assumption back on top by 3. Pieper goes against Krings in the backcourt. Leave it for Schoonover. Into the front court, Wilkie. Riley, left side. Dump it underneath to Reith. She loses it momentarily. Picked up. Rebound on the way for Wilkie. No, and Rose Crowns is underneath the basket to clear the rebound for Assumption. And then she passes it to a spot that was vacated by Zerflu. And it's turnover number 5 on the Royals. She wanted to get the ball in the hands of Macy as quickly as she could, but Macy just happened to leave that spot at that moment. And it'll be Greyhound basketball, just down from John and I, underneath the Reith. Kick it back out, left-hand side. Pieper can't spot up a 3 because Krings got there too quickly. So she'll pound the pavement with the basketball and spin it inside and carry the basketball. Coach Reith not pleased with that call. From our angle, it looked like it was a pretty good one. As she spun back to the right side, she got her hand underneath. And as the official goes by, Coach Burkhauser has a quick conversation with him as well. 35-32, we approach the 12-minute mark of the second half of play. Wendels to Crowns, back over to Gracie. Inside to Grundhofer. She'll dribble it with the left hand, spin it back to the right side. She walked. A little bit of a hop in there. And it'll be turnover number 6 on Assumption. 12 minutes exactly to go in half number 2 from Marshfield Senior High School. A trip to Oconto Falls in the sectional finals on Saturday at 1 p.m. on the line. Assumption leading at 35-32. Schoonover goes unabated to the basket. She'll put it up off the glass and good. She now has 6.5, 14 on the ball game. And Macy Zerflu did not want to pick up her third personal there, and John and I were talking about that on the drive over. Said sometimes it's better to give up a 2 than it is to pick up a foul, and you can play longer and make up those points later on. And I would agree right there, that would have been one of those situations. Crowns now on the left wing. Zerflu dribble penetration back over to Crowns on top Krings. She feigns the 3 inside Grundhofer, right side Wendels. She'll put up a 15-footer. Knock it down, Gracie Wendels. Her first 2 of the ball game to go along with the 3. And Assumption now leading it by 3, 37-34, 11 minutes remaining here in the ball game. And now a pass that's tipped up in the air by Wendels and grabbed out of the sky by Rose Crowns. And here come the Royals in the other direction. Spin move inside. Zerflu put it up, nothing, gets her own rebound, finishes it. Macy Zerflu has 2 baskets here in half number 2. She has 7 points, and Assumption leads it by 5. The Greyhounds into the forecourt. Schoonover, right baseline, picked up out there by Crowns. We'll give and go. Line 1 runs into Grundhofer. No call, we play on. Give him a turnover, come the other way. Zerflu into the front court. Krings out to Wendels. Back over to Zerflu. Reloads the offense. Puts the wings in their proper position. Sets the flaps and lets it fly. Take it on the baseline, bounce it out to Krings. 15-footer, no. The rebound comes down to Gracie Wendels. She'll dribble it all the way out towards the top of the arc and leave it for Zerflu. 3-bomb on the way. Oh, just short. Rebound battled for, won by Grundhofer. She gets hit on the arm by Pieper. First on Jaden, second on the team. And Linsmeyer and Skiba will get set to check in with exactly 10 minutes to go in this ball game. Crowns and Wendels take a seat. Starting 5 back on the court for the Royals. Krings will inbound it right in front of Coach Burkhauser, who scoots out of the way. Should have wore his boots. He could be doing the boot scoot and boogie. 39-34 Assumption by 5, just under 10 to go here from Marshfield Senior High. Grundhofer catches it low, kicks it back out. Shot on the way by Krings, wide to the left. The rebound is hustled and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Linsmeyer. Morgan Reinwan was going to stop and grab it, but then Autumn poked it away from her. Right over by the Royal student body, who are dressed up in their Hawaiian shirts tonight, making a statement. 39-34, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Reith. He just wants a 30. I'll take a 30 with him, guys. We're back with more from Marshfield right after this. Royal student body all jacked up. Guys over there They got a big one tomorrow night as they will be in Port Edwards to take on the Blackhawks. We'll have it on our AM station. WFHR. I have the good fortune of calling that one as well. In the meantime, we got a great one going on here as anticipated. Pieper to the rack, put it up off the glass. Good. Jaden Pieper just took it all the way to the rack and a nice soft little touch. She now has 10 points and the lead back down to 3 as the Assumption leading it and they have possession of it. Skiba on the baseline. Over to Linsmeyer, turn around inside Grundhofer with a little finger roll. She got a mismatch down low. Her first points of half number 2. She now has 10 on the contest, 41-36, Assumption by 5. Carson Reith will go left side to Wilkie. Back around, right side, Pieper, 3-bomb on the way. Oh, too hard off the bracket. It looked good from right here. The rebound comes down to Autumn Linsmeyer, and the Royals are out on the fly. Krings gets stopped, so she leaves it on the top of the wheel to Zerflu. Tries to dribble, penetrate, jump stop, put it up, no. Ball tipped out, grabbed out of the sky by Pieper. Burkhauser was hoping for a foul call that time. Did not get it, and asked the official on his way by, how was that not a foul? 2 team fouls called on the Greyhounds here in half number 2. 8:30 to go. A spin move by Reinwan. Leave it for Schoonover. Left side Reith. She's beyond the arc by about 4 feet. Grundhofer on her. Top of the wheel Pieper. Skiba pops out. Puts the arms wide, not letting her by. Tough catch by Schoonover right in front of Coach Reith. Trying to go baseline against Linsmeyer. Cut off. Rotate the arc to the right-hand side. There's Pieper going baseline to the brack. Put up a high arcer. Again! Jaden Pieper almost hitting the guy wire, it's so high. And it's 41-38. Royals by 3. We're down to 8 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Linsmeyer goes to Skiba. Reith will pick her up, and we're going to call an offensive foul. She bumped into Reith a little bit with the shoulder. And she comes over and says to the other official, what am I supposed to do? She bodies into me, and I turned around and got called for her 4th personal foul. She's a little frustrated. Coach a little frustrated. Team fouls now 7-2. The Royals have the 7. Gracie Wendels will replace Olivia Skiba. So, no pressure now coming from Assumption as they are now over the limit. It'll be free throws the rest of the ball game for the Greyhounds. One thing that can happen is 3-bomb by Reith, straight away, short, and the rebound comes down to Zerflu. Look out from behind, up ahead to Grundhofer, left side, and she'll slow it up and reload it. I was going to say, one thing that can happen is if you don't get a lot of team fouls, if it gets down to the end of the ball game and you got a foul, you don't put the other team on the line because you got a foul so often. So sometimes that can come back to hurt you as well. Royals inside Grundhofer. She'll take it to the baseline against Reith. She'll roll it underneath. No, Linsmeyer with the left hand, yes! Autumn skying off the glass with the left hand, and Assumption back on top by 5 as we approach Henry Aaron's home run mark. Right side, Greyhounds with the basketball. Pieper with the dribble. Goes against Krings. Can't find any room to Reinwand. Right back to Pieper. Krings will pick her up. Lob it backdoor. Tucked away by Linsmeyer. Turnover number 15. Bottom right-hand side to Krings. They'll set up the offense. Zerflu, left side, Grundhofer. Reith pops out on her. Now back on top of the wheel. Macy, tough catch on the right side by Wendels. Over to Gina. Gina inside to Mason. Put up with the left hand, no. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Pieper. It'll be Royal basketball to the left of the basket as John and I see it. Tim, the Polka Guy Humboldt, back at our studios in Wisconsin Rapids. Adam Burden here at Marshfield at OSQ. John Lemke along with Randy Paul, Mike's side here. Good catch on the inside. Turn around off the glass. Macy Zerflu, good! 6.5, 9 on the ball game. And suddenly the Royals up by 7, 6.5 minutes remaining. Royal taking it far away from us. There goes Wilkie. She lost the dribble, almost traveled. That's what Coach wanted. Jumper Reinwan. She'll put up the air ball, and it comes this way. And the Royals now with a 7-point lead, 6:18 to go. I would imagine with that much time on the clock, they might be a little patient, but they'll still be aggressive. If you knock down to 3, you build yourself up a 10-point lead. Here's Krings on the left side. She is wide open. She's not going to take the 3, however. And we're going to get an illegal screen going to be called on Autumn Linsmeyer. Going to be number 4 on Autumn. She tried to set a screen for the pick down low, and they got her moving a little bit. It wasn't a whole lot, but she was moving, and they made some contact. don't think it changed the play at all, and sometimes when that happens, the officials let them play on, but they did not there, and because it was an offensive foul, we still don't shoot the free throw. So they could have shot 2 bonus free throws already, but both of them were offensive fouls, so therefore we just play on. 45-38. Assumption leading it by 7. Schoonover, dribble drive penetration, and she kicked it out. Now they call a hold. This will go against Gracie Wendell's, her third. So good thing we're running out of clock because we are starting to pile up the fouls for the Assumption Royals. In the meantime, Schoonover, who was 0 for 1 from the charity stripe, will shoot a 1-and-1, and she is now 0 for 2. And the rebound settles into the hands of Macy Zerflu. Under 6 minutes to go, Assumption leading it by 7. Mason Krings way out on the left side, couple of dribbles, and then goes up to the arc and stops. Inside Grundhofer, teardrop jumper, good. She got that low, she got free, she's got 12 on the night. 47-38, Assumption by 9. And I believe, John, this is their biggest lead of the ball game. Left side, Reinwand runs right into Grundhofer, and Coach Burkhauser saying, what did she do? She looked like she was standing, waiting for the contact. And it'll be the third on Gina. And I agree with Coach. I don't know what else you can do in that situation but stand there straight up. I think it's called verticality. Instead, Reinwand will shoot a pair and knock down the first. 3 for 4 here in half number 2 for the Greyhounds. 10 team fouls on Assumption. 2 on the Greyhounds. 47-39, trying to get this lead down to 4. That first one was any indication she'll make the second, and she doesn't. It rattled, came up in the sky, and then fell off the front of the rim. So leave it at 47-39. Zerflu takes it to the top of the wheel. Krings on the right wing. Rose Crowns into the ball game now. And we're going to have a foul that's going to be called. And it's going to be a reach-in foul called on Jaden Pieper. Maybe you can hear through the microphones that the mock roar goes up from the Royals, as that is only team foul number 3 now on the Loyal Greyhounds. I'm sure the coaching staff and the fans for Assumption not pleased to see only 3 team fouls when their team's got 10. Inside, once again, Grundhofer against Reith. Drop step, has a poke checked away from behind. And it's turnover number 7 on Assumption. Schoonover, right-hand side, Pieper with it. Picked up out there by Krings. Goes baseline, Royals come over with the help, so she has to reverse it around, left-hand side, Wilkie. Gives it to Schoonover, drive, put it up off the glass, underlays it, but we're going to get a foul. And 2 shots coming up for Schoonover. I think it's going to be on Gina. And it'll be number 4 on Gina. So 4 on Autumn, 4 on Gina, 4 on Olivia, and 4:51 on the clock. And 2 free throws upcoming for Schoonover. First one, no good. So Devin 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Just very uncharacteristic for such a good player. Schoonover on the year shoots 76% from the free throw line, and she finally gets that one to go. So Autumn checks back into the ball game, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Burkhauser. Let's see if he wants a 30 or a full, so we can tell the folks back at our studio. He wants a 60. We'll take one with him. We're back with more in 1 minute from Marshfield Senior High. You're listening to AM 1320 as well as WOSQ. Four minutes and 47 seconds left here in half number 2. Assumption Royals leading the Greyhounds of Loyal 47-40. Assumption and Loyal could meet on the boys' side as well. If they both would win, they'd play Saturday in Loyal. Meantime, the ball is almost stripped away and finally does get taken away from Wendell's. Schoonover looked like she might have walked. She put up the shot, it didn't go. Rebound, Linsmeyer gets knocked to the floor, and they're going to call a blocking foul on the Greyhounds. I think that might be on Schoonover. Or is it on Pieper? It's going to be on Pieper, her third, team's 4th. So the Royals still leading it by 7. Yeah, if Assumption and Loyal boys would meet, that would be in Loyal on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And that's a possibility. They both would have to win tomorrow night, however. Wendell's goes right-hand side. into the hands of Jolyn Frisch, who's checked into the ball game for Gina Grundhofer with those 3 fouls. See if the Royals just try to run a little clock here. We're down to 4 minutes to go, and they lead it by 7. And they got a lot of their bigs on the bench right now with 4 fouls. Wendell's left-hand side. Linsmeyer, dribble penetration to the basket, put it up, short. The rebound comes down to Reith. Over to Schoonover. And she'll go left-hand side to Wilkie. Down to Reith against Jolyn Frisch. Drop step, right hand, put it up, good. And Olivia Skiba and Gina Grundhofer are going to check back into the ball game as Carson Reith now with her second basket. She has 6 points. And Assumption's lead is 47-42. Ball is tipped momentarily, but it's picked out of the sky by Zerflu. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Burkhauser, so you can get those subs in the game with 3:20 to go. Just once the 30 guys, we'll take one with them. Back with more from Marshfield right after this. Gene Delisio over in Wapaka with the Lady Tigers of Marshfield, and they lead it at half, 30-24 over the Rockets of Neenah. We thank Gino for that update for us. Here it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in half number 2. The Assumption Royals on top of the Greyhounds of Loyal, 47-42, and Assumption with the basketball. Grundhofer goes over to Linsmeyer outside. Zerflu thought about the 3 but thought better of it. Now picks up her dribble, goes out on top to Grundhofer. Gina goes right back over to Macy. Left-hand dribble. Krings top of the wheel. Macy has it again. They're trying to post up down low to Skiba. Top of the wheel, Grundhofer. Gina with a couple of bounces, tries to back her way in, and then leaves it for Zerflu. She gets double teamed, left side Krings. 2:48 to go. Now reach and attempt by Schoonover, can't take it away, and Krings tucks it away. She goes right-hand side. I'll tell you what, Loyal's really turning up the defensive screws right now, and there's a reach in on Pieper. That'll be her 4th personal, team's 5th. So the Royals in the backcourt with the ball on the right-hand side. Skiba had a good look underneath, but she kicked it out instead. 2:30 to go. Had to move a cameraman so we could see a little bit better. Grundhofer, right side. Linsmeyer threw it right into the hands of Schoonover, but she dropped the ball, and now heck from behind is Linsmeyer. I think it's going to be on Wilkie. Nope, they're going to call it on Devon. Second on her. Team 6, so from here on out, the Royals will be shooting free throws as well. Mason Krings to inbound it to the right of the basket as she and we see it. Inbounds, tough pass, tried to get it to Zerflu, and now we're going to get a foul. And if this is on Macy, she'll have 3. It is. So we'll go all the way to the other end of the court, and we'll shoot free throws with the clock stopped and a Royals 5-point lead. And Morgan Reinwand is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, and she has a very good-looking shot. So she is 1 for 2. That second one fell off on her. This one is nothing but net. So it's 1-4, 47-43. 2:18 remaining in regulation. Second free throw for Reinwand is in the air and good. Like you said, we'd be surprised if it didn't go right down to the wire, and it does appear that's going to happen. They double team Zerflu. She'll cross the court to Krings with the pass and get right back to Zerflu. Will cross the 10-second line unabated. Macy right side to Linsmeyer. Trying to get it inside to Grundhofer. A lot of pressure in there by Reinwand. Krings to Zerflu. Over to Linsmeyer. Ball knocked away but picked up by Macy. $1:53 to go. 3-point Assumption lead. Lob it up underneath the Grundhofer with the right hand. Finishes it! She tumbles to the ground. No call. We play on. But the Royals back on top by 5. Wilkie right side. Get it on top to Reinwand. She'll dribble penetrate. Right back out to Wilkie. 3-bomb on the way. Too long, and the rebound comes down to Macy Zerflu. She's going to rush it into the forecourt, and then she'll slam on the brakes. Take it up the right side. Linsmeyer in the corner. Coach Burkhauser says, get it out of that corner. We're up by 5 with 1:20 to go. And a bump now called on Schoonover. That was one of the lightest touches you'll ever see, but Devon gets whistled for her 3rd, and free throws upcoming for Mason Krings. Mason has not been to the free throw line tonight. The Royals have only been there 3 times thus far. 2 free throws attempted by Olivia Skiba in the first half. She made them both. Jolyn Frisch was 1 for 2. And these are the first throws in the second half for Assumption Krings to do the honors. Her free throw is in the air, and it is no good. It is a 1-and-1 variety, so the rebound to Schoonover, trailing it by 5 for the Greyhounds. Left-hand side, Schoonover. Right out to Pieper. Get out on her, says Coach Burkhauser. She'll dribble it all the way in, and a bump going to be called on Linsmeyer. And for Autumn, her night is going to be done. They said she blocked the baseline, and it'll be her 5th. So she'll come out finishing the ball game with 6 points. 65 seconds to go. Gracie Wendels comes in to replace her. And of course, you know, whenever a senior comes out of the ball game and they can't play anymore, they're thinking, come on girls, hang on, because I don't want my career to end here. I want to get back to the sectional finals and hopefully to state. 2 free throws for Jaden Pieper, who has not been there tonight, but she is a sharpshooter. And her first free throw is good. Hit the right side of the rim, hit the backboard, hit the front of the rim, back of the rim, finally caught net, falling through. 49-45, they can get the lead down to 3 if she hits the second free throw, and she repeats the performance. It was a duplicate, which was not easy even to save. And it's 49-46. And a shove out of bounds. Schoonover pushes Zerflew out. And for Devin Schoonover now, she has 4. You can't worry about fouls with a minute to go because you got to stop the clock, get the steal, hope you get a turnover. So Macy Zerflew has 9 points. She'll shoot the 1-and-1. Free throws in the air, and good for Macy. How about that, Jared Straub sitting back there in Arizona relaxing. Macy knocks down the first. Royals by a 2-possession lead now, 50-46. 61 seconds to go. Second toss in the air, good again. Assumption back on top by 5, probably want to guard the arc. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Mike Reith. Let's see if he wants a 30 or a full. He wants a 60-second timeout. I do as well. Tim, Adam, take a 60. Back with more from Marshfield right after this. .58 seconds on the clock. 51-46, Assumption leads Loyal. A trip to the sectional finals in Oconto Falls on Saturday on the line. The inbound goes to Schoonover. She dribbles it to the right-hand side to Wilkie. Tries to penetrate, unable to do so. Free ball blocked by the Royals. Zerflew grabbed out of the sky by Skiba, waiting for a foul, none coming, and she dribbles it. Looked like she maybe got shoved. No call, we play on. Grunhofer gets grabbed from behind by Wilkie with 39.9 to go, and Gina will step up to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. That'll be first on Riley, and that'll be the 9th on the team. So Gina with the 1-and-1. Gina hasn't shot free throws tonight either. Her free throw is in the air and good. Reminiscent of the state tournament when she was a freshman, knocking down the big throws to win the state championship over Barneveld. Those two teams looking to get right back there again this year. Grunhofer, her second free throw to make it a 3-possession lead. Now it rattles out. So still a 2-possession lead. Guard the arc, says Coach Burkhauser. Schoonover into the forecourt. She comes on her tippy toes. Goes to Reinwan. Dribble penetration. Put up the left-hand runner. And it looked like it was falling off the rim, and somehow it turned right and defied the law of gravity and fell through. And Coach Reith wants a full timeout. I do too. We're back in 60 after this. We'll set the stage for you. 27.9 seconds to go here in half number 2. Assumption leads Loyal 52-48. It'll be Assumption basketball, but they have to come length of the court. Krings is looking to inbound, does so to Zerflew. She gets double teamed immediately and fouled, so she'll come all the way to the other end of the court to shoot free throws. It's a 2-possession game right now, and that's all that they can make it. Jaden Pieper gets whistled for the foul, and her night is over. With 14 points. What a nice game for Jaden. Couple of 3 balls. She gets a standing ovation. The senior from the Loyal fans, even the Assumption Royals, they're not standing, but they are applauding, knowing that the senior just fouled out, and it is a possibility it's her final game. But we still have 26.6 to go. And Macy Zerflew now with a double bonus to shoot 2 here. First free throw is in the air, and this one is off the bracket, no. 52-48, 26.6 to go. They send Skiba and Grundhofer out of the lane so they don't pick up a cheap one. Battling for a rebound. Zerflew with a knee bend. Free throw on the way. This one's good. And Assumption on top by 5. Schoonover now races across the timeline. Picked up by Zerflew. Picks up her dribble. Goes on the right-hand side. Goes over to Reinwand. She'll take it to the basket. Forces her way inside and scores it. Morgan Reinwand with the basket. We're down to 13 seconds to go. Lob up ahead to Grundhofer with 10. Royals by 3. She holds it, gets grabbed by Reinwand, who picks up her 3rd personal. And with 8.6 to go, if Gina can hit one of these 2 free throws, it'll be a 2-possession game. And Olivia walks over by her and says, "Come on, girl, be the senior." On the ball game, Gina has 1 free throw behind her name. She's 1 for 2. Make 1. And it's a 2-possession game. First one short. And leave it at 53-50. Still hope for the Greyhounds. Zerflew runs up and says, "Come on, girl, you can do this." Gina's 2nd free throw. Knock it down. And it's a 2-possession game. She knocked it down! She splashed it home! And Coach Burkhauser wants a full timeout, and so do I. The Royals lead it by 4. We're back to Marshfield right after this. .6 to go. Royals are going to come with some full court pressure so they can't just roll the ball up court. Looking to get it in, looking, and they finally do to Reinwand. She'll race it into the forecourt. She steps back a 3, lets it fly off the backboard, and no. Grundhofer with the rebound! The Assumption Royals are going to return to the sectional finals in Oconto Falls as they knock off the Loyal Greyhounds by the final score of 54-50. The entire place is on its feet applauding another great contest between the Assumption Royals and the Greyhounds of Loyal.